Welcome to a place where you're going to find out what is VR chat. What's the kind of possibilities we're going to make in this whole series of this podcast? And to be honest, you're coming at a place of a gaming world that is virtual reality into what people can consume into the real life situation. My first ever friend, Tyrone the Hoodcat, is going to be one of the people that I'm going to be interviewing with. And he's just one of those people that I've first ever met with. Okay, I'll just work with it. What brought you to VR chat?
Well, I didn't really know about VR chat at all until I had my headset that my friend actually bought for me back in like November, December of last year. We were wanting to try and get into better shape, and he thought Beat Saber probably would help because it's a game, it's a rhythm game. We all like rhythm games. Why not try Beat Saber? And I happened to be scrolling through the list of free games. I saw it. I've heard of it before, and I was like, you know what? Shoot, why not? So I downloaded it and I played for it with my friends for a while. It's kind of how I started out. I didn't make a lot of friends on here. It was more I stayed quiet, stayed muted, and just explored the world and looked around and experienced VR for what it was.
VR chat can be a good place to have good friends and have a good time, but sometimes it can be hard because
it has a good time of manipulating other characters in the game, in a game or of a game.
At first, it was just a casual game I'd play with my friends. It was more like, hey, let's all try and hang out in VR chat, let's all play Among Us kind of deal, because it was just VR. There's nothing more than that for the time being. And when I started coming on here more and more on my own without my friends, because I started getting more and more addicted to it, I started to realize there's more than just a game in this. It can be like a separate life for most people, an escape. And I've kind of seen it as that way for myself.
Was there ever a time when you felt happy in this sort of game?
I'm able to transport myself into different worlds and just escape mine for just a few seconds, and that's enough for me.
If you had to tell anybody in your form of advertisement about VR chat, how would you get everybody involved?
I'm speaking to more than likely, but if I was speaking to someone that possibly would be like me, I probably would tell them exactly the same. Just come on, experience it, and if you like it, I'm here, and we can always hang out. I love coming on this dating game and having new people come on and to like vibe with or play simple like horror games on VR chat. It's a joy come true.
So now we know about who Tyrone is. He's a person that has character. He's a person that really brings in his character.
9 times out of 10, I haven't really thought of my name as being something to be important online. Online, a name is just a name. It's just a username. What is that? Like, what? Who cares?
Yeah.
But then I started realizing after I made the name just off of one funny cat picture. I just went, that looks like a Tyrone the Hoodcat thing, and I made it my entire account. Made every game I've played revolve around that one name, and I started realizing the name's starting to mean something. It's starting to turn into something, so I decided to try and turn it into something I would always wanted my name to try and be. It's always been the thing where when I came on here, I'd always say hi to people and stuff, and just I'd always listen. I like to listen. I like to share my own feelings, and you don't have to exactly agree with it. That's fine. I'm not asking for you to agree. What I'm asking for you is to understand and be with me on the same page where you just want to listen and just be calm about it. No arguments are needed for a conversation so calm.
What makes you relate to your character from your avatar? what has this sense of this is you by who you are?
For a while, I was always in my head contemplating, and I've had big issues in my head about gender identity and shit. I've had a lot of complications inside my head. I was like, do I feel this way? Do I want to do this and stuff? VR chat kind of lets me go out and be whoever I want to be, and being able to go from a 6'4" macho man to a tiny little anime girl in an instant it kind of fills in the gap that I am who I am. There's nothing I can do about it.
Right?
But in VR, I can be whoever I want to be. If one day I feel like being myself, I'll be myself. If one day I feel like being a hot dog, I'll be a hot dog if I wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, when I came and made this avatar, I specifically asked my friend to make a tinier avatar and a cuter avatar, because I've always hated how every time I walked into, everyone always thought I was the man. Like, I was always the one in charge. I was always the one with the most responsibilities. I've always hated that. I just want to be seen as another person, like nothing else, like just another person, even if it is that I want to be like this. Tall people are like, wow, they're so tall. I always get that bullshit, like, oh yeah, I'm tall, great, thanks for pointing out the obvious, smartass. Like, I don't like my height. I've always despised how tall I am, and I've told multiple people, if I could go ahead, chop off some of my weight and give it to you, I would, because maybe that would make you happy, but it really does not make me happy.
Right?
I have made such a connection that I honestly feel like this character and the IRL me are basically one and the same at this point. They're just one individual being that I can be. I might come on here and be completely different than I am IRL, and no one would know. Besides my closest friends and all that. No one would know if I came on here how I would be in IRL. No one knows. No one knows how anyone is. That's the true beauty of it, is that when you come onto VR chat, no one's who they say they are. Maybe they are who they are. You get to just meet people and explore new ideas and opportunities, and it's great. For me, it definitely reassured my gender identity. It made me realize who I was, who I liked, what I wanted to be. Do I feel like I want to be this character? Hell yeah. I would honestly trade any dime in the world for it, but I know it ain't possible. I know it's not gonna happen, so I just keep one and the same for IRL and VR chat, being basically the same person, like Amir.
Thank you so much for coming to my podcast and listening to what Tyrone has to say. He's one of my good friends. He's one of my first ever VR friends. And just letting him say it out there is definitely a good given moment for us to kind of plan it out. But anyway, if you guys want more about this, please comment on the podcast or just share it. Like, comment. It'd be great if there's a comment section in there. Definitely an inspiring moment for all of us. Anyway, guys, much love. Thank you for coming through. I hope you guys come to the next one. Much love.